Hey designers, my name's Brian Lee and welcome back to another tutorial here. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you guys for being here. And I wanted to extend an extra warm thank you to those of you who have purchased and downloaded the kit and who are sharing their completed style boards. After putting so much time into making it, it's really been rewarding for me to see some of the beautiful rooms you guys are coming up with. It's you guys that are making all these tutorials possible. So again, thank you. I recently had a how-to question from one of our fellow designers about how to add background images behind the doors and windows of the design kit, and also how to replace the paintings inside of the frames. So I just wanted to run through that really fast in case anyone else was struggling with this. So for this tutorial we are going to be using the design kit. However, we will be going over several tools that can be used outside of the kit as well. Alright, so to get started here, I just have one of my room layouts that we created with the kit. You can see that we have currently no background images behind our door back here or our windows here on the left. So I'm going to show you how to swap those out. Let's go into the kit, go into walls. You can start with the back wall, open that up, double click on the back wall. And I'm going to go, actually let's go to doors. I'm going to find my the door that I want to use. We'll just zoom in there a little bit. So I'm just going to open up my sliding glass door, and you can see right here there's a layer called replace background, and that's the white white background right there. So all we need to do now is go and bring our image in. So here I have a landscape I just found on the internet. So what I like to do is I just go into my browser and I drag it right in, and it comes in nice and big. And hit Command T, just scale that down a little bit, put it approximately where I want it. I'm going to drag it just above this replace background layer, and then all I need to do is hold Alt. And you're going to see when I travel in between the two layers that this little arrow comes up. And all I have to do is, while I'm holding Alt, I just need to click. And you can see that it conforms to the lower layer. It's called a clipping mask. We're going to use that also for the paintings. So that's pretty good there. When you are doing this, it's best to notice where the horizon line is in your image. So you want that horizon line to be close to the center, right up in there. We could scale this up just a little bit more, give us some room. And we're dealing with a one-point perspective here, which in this case is dead center within our style board, throughout the entire style board, even back in our master comp. So that's why we want to keep the horizon line of our image basically dead center so we can get a realistic result. Now what I like to do is just to compensate for that glass pane being there, and I like to take the opacity down slightly so it looks a little bit more filtered, like a pane of glass is actually there. Okay, so let's save that, Command S, and we'll go back to our living room, and there it is. So let's just turn on our extras. Just want to make sure horizon line is right there, so that looks pretty accurate. Okay, so what about the left windows? Well, let's go into the left wall. It's going to be basically the same thing. Left wall, double click, and we have our windows here. There's our background, and I'm just going to open up this again, drag it back in, and I'm going to clip it to this one, take down the opacity a little bit, make sure the horizon line is accurate. Maybe we don't show the road in this version. And then we just need to duplicate that over here. I'm going to hold Alt and drag this down. That's going to duplicate it. And then once again, hold Alt between layers and clip it down. Great. So it's nice to have a little bit of a difference between these. So that there's no repetition between windows. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic. Okay, so let's hit Command S, save that, and we'll go back, and there we go. Okay, so let's dive into the paintings. Right wall is what we want. Right wall, go into that, and open up the picture frames group. And let's just do the center one. We'll go to image, and you can see right here that it's a very similar process. I have this little kitty cat clipped down to my base image there, and that helps to keep it consistent. So let's bring in a new painting. Go minted. This is actually my minted page if you guys are feeling generous. Check out Brian Lee on Minted. And then I'm just going to drag, actually I'm going to hit this button and get the nice bigger image, drag that on in, and it came in clipped, so let's unclip it. Command T. Whoops. Somehow I moved my anchor point in the wrong place, so I'm going to hold Alt and put that anchor point back in the center. And then hold Alt and Shift to scale down directly towards it. And then just clip this down once again on top of these other two layers and get rid of this cat. Okay. So that's basically it. If you don't want a matte finish, you can always you can adjust that by just turn this one off, unclip that, and then hit Command T. Now, what if something like that happens and you don't want, and you just want a full frame and your image isn't working out for you? All you need to do is hit M for the marquee tool and just go in there and delete what you don't want. So you kind of get the idea. There we go. Cool. All right, let's hit Command S. Go back into our living room, and we have a nice updated painting there. All right, guys, so thanks for joining me. I hope this tutorial is helping you out, and please let me know if there are any other questions at all. I'd be happy to put another tutorial together. Again, thank you, and we'll see you in the next tutorial.